Hey, so that's me on the bottom right hand corner as a Cub Scout. And I learned a long time ago to do the right thing and to try to make this world a better place by each one doing their part. So, those are my roots for this story. So, what happened was I'm going to skip ahead now and go to the year 2012 when I was forced to go to court and I got a threatening email. And that email I saved because I went to the police and filed a report on this court reporter. This court reporter is supposed to be a sworn officer of the court. That's her almost in the middle. And she took an oath of office. So she said some heinous things, and I tried doing the right thing by reporting her. So this is what I got from her on my birthday, which is now the anniversary, um, March 14, 2012, of this voicemail.
148 received on Wednesday, March 14th at 9:38 a.m. Market Tess at 8:30. I understand you haven't given Josh the medicine for 3 days during the most crucial time of the school year, which is testing, state testing. And I spoke to Josh yesterday in kids care, and he told me he took his medicine yesterday. Now, either you're teaching him to lie, which is like what I was afraid of, having you in his life at all, because you're a freaking loser and a terrible father, and he's better off without you. Now, I will put this conversation in an email to you and CC my attorney, and you will get your custody removed because you are hurting this child's life. You are capable of driving to my house because you were in your pajamas all day on Monday on the couch, and you could have come to my house and picked up his medicine. But that's not what you're like, Juan, because you're an idiot. And guess what? You're going to lose custody because this is very, very important to the life of my child. Now, you will not be picking him up for your birthday today. And you can pick him up when after we go to CCS. I spoke to the CCS also yesterday. I will be sending my $35. And if you don't send your $850, darling, you will go to jail because we will file a contempt petition to you. So I suggest you get your eggs in order because you're going to lose this. Because I cannot imagine any judge wanting to give this child to a man like you who is incapable of taking care of yourself. Okay, first of all, I think you have an unhealthy addiction to young children, which is so strange. And I heard about that because I remember you telling me about that. You and Jared and Josh and all the other little kids that you have sleeping at your house, and your little young boyfriends. And that also will come up in the CCES hearing. So I suggest that if you really want to agree to something, I suggest you lower your custody agreement to maybe 1 day a week and every other weekend, because I will not have you have him during that whole school year. Okay? So you will be getting an email from me, and you will be getting a call from my attorney. Have a wonderful day, Mark. And I hope you have a terrible birthday because you're just a terrible person. Okay? Bye-bye. To replay this.
Out of concern, because in 2009, as that's dated there, I completed the Bucks County Children Youth Foster Parent Program, which now makes me a mandated reporter if I know of any of abuse. So I went to the police and filed a report and explained to them that I was falsely accused about things. She threatened my custody. I was going to lose my custody, which I initially did, but she told the courts that I gave it up freely. But this was a threat. This was a threatening voicemail, unsolicited. It was mostly made up. And this is what the police report says. It says, well, you can read it. Ongoing domestic abuse. Edel states that Sola, his son's mother, has been leaving harassing voicemails and messages and mentally abusing their son Joshua. Edel states that Sola has threatened to take away the custody of Joshua and is concerned that Sola will continue to make false accusations in court about Edel and ruin his reputation. Edel also states that Sola has been giving Joshua false information about his friends and possible lascivious conduct, substantiated. Edel was advised of his rights and options as a parent and father. Edel provided a copy of domestic. So she's saying, making things up in her head. So I had to go to the police and report this because they never filed. When I went to the police asking for help for making her stop harassing me, they did nothing. They didn't file anything against her. They didn't arrest her. They didn't go to her house. They didn't tell her to stop. Nothing. So I needed to protect myself and protect Josh. She's saying terrible things that are not true, and that's in front of him. So my course of action was, this was serious. And she's a court reporter saying these false things, and they're not even going to check out what I said to question her or to question what happened. Because those are serious things that she said, and the police did nothing. But they also didn't do anything to help me stop her. This did go to court. She did steal my custody. She told me that I'm not to have him, but I freely walked away from him. But she forgot these threatening voicemails. So here they are. And then what happens a month later? She did something again. She kept him from me and explained. I put another report in about how she wasn't letting me have him on my days. And the cops did nothing. The police did nothing. So the Bucks County Police covered her, allowed her to make these terrible accusations. And how is that supposed to help my son? So this is the anniversary of that. And I'm happy to jump ahead in the story, but this is 2012. Things got worse from there before she stole him. And then this was her attitude. She did not care. She did not want to work things out. She didn't even want to tell the truth.